Hello, all. My name is Jermaine Thompson. I'm currently in Kansas City, Missouri, but I'm from Mississippi, and I was a counselor and resource at Camp Hopewell, I think beginning in the summer of 2003. Allison kindly asked me to be a part of this occasion and read the ABCs of Black History, and I gladly accept this opportunity. So thank you, Allison. Thank you, Hopewell. I hope this goes well. All right, the ABCs of Black History. It begins with a quote by James Baldwin, one of my favorite authors. History is not the past, it is the present. We carry our history with us. We are our history. The ABCs of Black History, words by Rio Cortez, pictures by Lauren Semmer. A is for anthem, a banner of song that wraps us in hope, lets us know we belong. We lift up our voices, lift them and sing from stages and street corners, let freedom ring. B is for beautiful. I'm talking to you. Your voice, your height, your hair, your hue. B is for brave, for bright, and for bold, for those who stood up, even when they were told to step back, stand down, remember their place. B is for brotherhood, for believing in grace. C is for a community where we live, laugh, and eat, and for church where we worship, mourn, sing, and meet. Did you hear Reverend King preach on his dream of civil rights, human rights, powerful theme? And there's Dr. King with the four little girls from the church bombing. Mhm. And here are some images of Black people going to church. Sorry for that sad note. I just noticed that. And here are some images of the Middle Passage. Um, and all the places that Africans landed, being shipped to the Americas, North and South in the Caribbean, and all the things they brought with them, like sports and music, worship practices. D is for diaspora, pulled from our homes. We were carried away in ships on the foam to Haiti, Cuba, America, Brazil. Our names are different, new, but still, we are connected then, now, forevermore to that long ago, far away African shore. E is for explore, to study a place, like Matthew Henson, the Arctic, Mae Jemison, space. E is for education, for expanding the mind, like Ruby Bridges, Linda Brown, Little Rock Nine, the first Black children in all white schools. They opened the doors and challenged the rules. F is for food, grown and farmed with our hands, worked and tilled and pulled from the land. F is for fried fish, ham hocks, warm buttermilk bread, for maybe the sharp taste of mustards instead. I don't like greens. F is for folklore by the light of the moon, for family, for freedom, for jumping the broom. And down here we see some folks getting married, jumping the broom. G is for go. Towards cities we were bound for the great migration from country to town, from farming the land to the factory floor. We carried the blues on our backs, not very much more. Like this young man's bow tie. H is for Harlem, those big city streets. We walked and we danced to our own jazzy beat when Louie and Bessie and Duke on the stage and Langston and Zora Neale Hurston on the page. I is for imagine, invent, innovative, for all of the ways we are so creative. It's Alvin Ailey, premier dancer, and Gwendolyn Brooks, who was an amazing poet, and Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was an amazing painter. There's Madam C.J. Walker, an inventor. Carver, also an inventor. DJ Kool Herc, also an inventor. He was one of the forefathers of hip hop music, DJing and mixing. J is for Juneteenth. We are finally free, or so we hoped in this moment of glee. J is for Jouvert, when the drummers drum from Trinidad, Grenada, and Haiti they come. Such colorful illustrations. Drumming is also one of the ways in which early enslaved people communicated. Fun fact. K is for kin, our fathers and mothers, our ancestors, elders, our sisters and brothers. K is for Kwanzaa, which honors that bond. Ask Habar Ghani, and we might respond. These are all responses for the 7 days of Kwanzaa when the leader says Habar Ghani, you respond either with Umoja, which means unity, or Kuji Kulia, self-determination, or believing in your own strength, Ujima, collective work and responsibility, or taking care of your kin. Ujama, cooperative economics, working hard to create new business and support. Nia is purpose, Kalumba, creativity, Imani means faith. And some of these pictures here represent those previous terms. L is for love. L is for love. L is always for love. We have some pictures here, people in love. Ossie and Ruby Dee, they were actors in Spike Lee movies often, also in Broadway plays together. The Loving Family, which is a Supreme Court case, actually. M is for march, for lifting our feet, taking the movement, the calls to the street. Black Lives Matter, every breath, every dream, every thought, each idea, each impossible scheme. The might of our message is easy to hear. The drumbeat of hope is louder than fear. My sweater also has an M on it. N is for newspapers. We started our own to tell our stories and let it be known. We deserve the front page. We deserve to be seen and to also be featured in slick magazines. O is for organized, for getting together to sit in and boycott to make our lives better. Thank you, Fred Hampton. Thank you, Diane Nash, for not being afraid of the impossible clash with police and people who shouted and teased. Because of you, we can go where we please. P is for power. It's part of our core. Sometimes it is quiet, sometimes it must roar. Like a panther, isn't that right, Huey P? Power for the people like you and like me. And who do you think has more power than most? The president. Obama was the first to that post, but Shirley Chisholm, unbossed and unbought, came so much closer than most people thought a black woman could, which just goes to show P is for possible, so glow on, child, glow. Q is for queens. Behold and bow down. Shield your eyes from the shine of their crowns. All those beautiful black queens. R is for rise, to reach for the top, relentlessly striving, refusing to stop, like ball players and boxers and gymnasts who fly, sprinters and skaters who zoomed right on by. Old records, old thinking, a sight to behold. They went for the win and grabbed for the gold. S is for scientists who charted the stars, studied the bees, took care of our hearts, for Benjamin Banneker, Patricia Bath, for Katherine Johnson's beautiful math. S is for soul. How sweet the sound from the croon of Sam Cooke to the wail of James Brown. Brother Ray on the keys, Sister Tharp dressed in mink, and Queen Aretha sang, "You Better Think." T is for Tuskegee, an all black school where students learned trades and toiled with tools. That's how we will rise, said Boss Booker T, but another smart man just didn't agree. W.E.B. Du Bois said, "Industry's fine, but I think it's better to work on your mind." They had different ideas, but here's what's true: in their own ways, they were thinking of you. U is for United States. This story is tough. The birth of a nation was deadly for us. We, the people in the land of the free, no one who was enslaved would ever agree. U is for unbroken, unshaken, unbound, like Harriet Tubman, who went underground, took back her freedom, and freed hundreds more, then was a spy in the Great Civil War. But when the states were united again, the fight for our freedom and lives didn't end. So U is for unfinished, this American tale, with courage and strength, we will prevail. V is for vote. Do you know what that means? The freedom to pick and choose as you please. People in line to vote. The freedom to choose who makes the rules, who has the power, who gets the tools to make their lives better. That's why we fight. The freedom to vote is a true civil right. W is for writers, like me, whose wisdom and words bring life, world. W is for writers whose wisdom and words bring to life worlds where our voices are heard. Rappers and poets and songwriters, too, all those who spin from our point of view. I wonder what X is going to be. X is for Malcolm, Malik El Shabazz, known also as Red, Malcolm Little, El Haj. By any means necessary, he insisted on change. Starting with X, he reclaimed his name. Y is for young, gifted, and black, like Lady Lorraine, who never looked back. She wrote of big dreams in rooms so small, it's hard to believe they were dreamed in at all. Lorraine and her work moved Nina Simone so much that Nina made work of her own. Young, gifted, and black, a banner of song that wraps us in hope, lets us know we belong. Fun fact: Lorraine Hansberry, Nina Simone, and James Baldwin were all friends. Z is for zenith, the highest, the peak, the top of that mountain King said we would reach. He won't get there with us, but still we march on, rising, rising like the sun with the dawn. And those are the ABCs of Black history. The rest of the book is just terms and figures throughout the alphabet. Thank you again so much for this opportunity. It's a lovely book. I think everybody should get it.